Heading write down appointment of directors. Under that write down subheading first directors, appointment of first directors. Appointment of first directors. What is mean by first directors? Once your company is incorporated, right, you need to appoint a board of directors. So that is what called first director. Okay, so write it down. Under Companies Act, the application documents include particulars of the first directors. Right? So normally when we are incorporating, at that time we are sending a documents. One of the document is the documents related to first directors, and normally those directors should accept themselves as directors. We should get their consent, right? Then it goes to company register. That's how the first directors are determined. Is it clear? Subheading write down subsequent directors. So appointment of subsequent directors later. Subsequent directors can be replacement to existing directors. Subsequent directors can be replacement to existing directors, or additional directors. Underline the word replacement of existing directors. Underline the word additional directors. That is what called subsequent. If you need more directors, you can recruit more. If you want to replace existing director, you can recruit more. Is it clear? Next point, write down. Appointment of subsequent directors. Appointment of subsequent directors should carried out according to articles of association. Articles of association. You can't appoint subsequent director according to your own wish. You should follow the procedure mentioned under Constitution. What is Constitution? Articles of association. Underline the word articles of association. Next point. Ordinary resolution should be passed and decision should made at board. Is it clear? Common articles of association procedure is what? Did I teach you articles of association? I told you when I am teaching articles of association, a specimen article is followed. Model article. A model article given and we prepared like that. In the model article, the common procedure is pass ordinary resolution and make a minute in the board meeting. Director should accept, resolution should be passed, then you can appoint a director. Is it clear? Is it clear? That is a common way of appointing director, subsequent director. Next point, write down. For each director appointment, for each director appointment, a separate resolution to be passed. A separate resolution to be passed. If you are recruiting 5 directors, 5 resolutions should be passed. Is it clear? Right. Subheading, write down. Requirements to be a director. Requirements to be a director. First point, should be individuals. You can't appoint animals as directors. Should be individuals. Comma, should not disqualified by Companies Act. Should not disqualified by Companies Act. You got my point? Vijay Mallaya can act as a director now? No, disqualified person. You got my point? Second point. Minimum age 16. Minimum age 16. There is no maximum age, minimum 16. Should be a physical plus mentally strong person. Physical plus mentally strong person. So anyone from Keelpakam cannot be a director. Okay. Subheading, write down. Remuneration of directors. Salary. Physically weak means disabled person, right? It depends, right? You should see whether this person can able to perform the duty or not, right? Let's say physically challenged means different things. If a problem with seeing, eye contact, if the visibility is not there, you can't do that. But that person cannot perform because of his disability, the performance get affected. Because director means strategic level, responsibilities are very high. Those who have losing memory loss, memory issues, right, careless, mentally not fit. But sometimes let's say you are physically challenged, then fine. Leg or hand or whatever, that disabled person, that is fine. So it depends. You should see whether this disability will affect performance or not. So write down first point. There should be a transparent procedure. There should be a transparent procedure. There should be a transparent procedure for directors' remuneration. Listed companies should include a separate remuneration report. Should include a separate remuneration report along with their annual report. Is it clear? For a listed company, we should submit a separate report. What is that report? Directors remuneration report. It's a requirement. In your annual report, there should be a separate column that says directors remuneration report. In that remuneration report, there are different types of information we should include. So subheading, write down directors remuneration report. Directors remuneration report. Under that, write down individual directors remuneration details. Individual directors remuneration details. Number 2, company remuneration policy. Company remuneration policy. So if I take directors, like lecturers, for example, in Sri Lanka, how we decide the remuneration of the lecturers? Very simple. If you qualified, one rate. Qualified with 3 years experience, one rate. Qualified with 5 years experience, one rate. Qualified with more than 10 years experience, another rate. Right? But even if you qualified and less than 5 years, if you produce ranks, immediately the upper level salary will be applicable to you. You got my point? If I take India, the minimum rate is 1000, maximum rate is 4000 per hour. So for one module, if we are teaching 80 hours, if you reach to optimum level, how much of money that you are getting? 320,000. For how many days? 20 days. 20 days, 4 hours job. Enough, right? Not enough. You need more. So that is the policy. It's a transparent policy, right? But if you apply the same thing into small shops in India, Sri Lanka and all, how they decide salary? Do they have a transparent policy? Once Aravind is coming to work in my shop. Payam velle arka. So high salary, right? And when it comes to Madesh, Payam karuppa arka, low salary. Can you decide like that? So let's say, okay, Madesh, he is coming from my place, hometown is same, high salary. Aravind, coming from far away, low salary. Madesh, my caste, high salary. Aravind, not my caste, therefore low salary. Is it right? This is how we decide salary, yes or no? Madesh is my religion, high salary. He is not my religion, Aravind, low salary. Is it right? This is how people are deciding salaries. That is not a transparent policy. But when you are working in an organization, there should be a transparent remuneration policy. That policy should be applicable to everyone. Then no problem. Is it clear? Third one. The role of remuneration committee. The role of remuneration committee. Students, remuneration committee means it's a part, you might study this in a corporate governance part, BT. There are different committees, comes under board of directors. One of the committee is remuneration committee. 100% independent non-executive directors. This remuneration committee only decide the salary of executive directors. This remuneration committee only decide the policy of remuneration. This remuneration committee only decide how to motivate directors through salary remuneration. Is it clear, students? Right. Now subheading right now. Vacation of office. Vacation of office. Vacation of office. Vacation of office. What is mean by vacation of office? You are not working under that office. Right. There are two types of vacations. Right. One is voluntary vacation. One is voluntary vacation. Two is compulsory vacation. One is voluntary vacation, two is compulsory vacation. One is voluntary vacation, two is compulsory vacation. Voluntary vacation and compulsory vacation. Is it clear, students? What is mean by voluntary vacation? What is mean by voluntary vacation? Voluntary vacation means, see, according to corporate governance, I don't know how many of you have studied updated corporate governance, right? Audit we discussed, okay? Corporate governance said all the directors should voluntarily resign every year. Every year we should voluntarily resign. If you perform well, shareholders will reappoint you. If you are not perform well, shareholders do not reappoint you. You got my point what I am saying? If I take myself, the contract is every 6 months only. If I didn't perform well, the next time they won't call me. I am taking massive risk. But the return is also high. Job security is very less. Directors also like that. Every year I should resign. That is we call voluntary retirement. After that, if I perform well only, shareholders will appoint me again. Is that clear, students? So under voluntary vacation write down, a director can resign after the term of office expires. After the term of office expires. Right? Example write down. For listed company, director should, example write down, for listed companies, director should resign, end of first year. That is what? A voluntary vacation. Or if you want to resign, you can resign at any time. That is also voluntary vacation only. Got my point? Because I have a plan, I told you, right? My retirement age is 35. Maximum my retirement age is 35. So I work up to that only. Thereafter what I do is, I'll be in the state university. Nicely I'll go there, do lectures to students. Right? Per week, only 6 hours lectures. Right? And do research work. Right? So only 4-5 hours work. I'll come home and nicely be with my kids. And I live my life, the rest of the life. Thereafter no earning, only spending. 21 to 35 earning, 35 onwards spending. Otherwise no point of the life, right? Keep on working, EMI, loan repayment, and end of the day, pass to. Why I should work for 60 years? So I divided, maximum 35, thereafter spending life. But whatever the income that I am generating now, the same income I should generate through investments. If I decided to retire, for that I should plan my life. So after 35, if Christopher said, Fareen sir, you should take. Now itself, we in Sri Lanka we recruited 3 lecturers for audit. And slowly I am giving subjects to them. Slowly I am grooming them. Right? If I satisfied, okay, now you can take by your own, take it. Then the same person will come after 3-4 years, the same person will come to India also. I will stay at home nicely. Simple. Life is simple. Why should make it more complicated? Right. This is my decision. I can resign. Management is not asking me to resign. I resign by myself. It's a voluntary vacation. Is it clear? So write it down, number 2.